Alright, before we get into anything else, I want you to pause for a second and think about the last piece of wood you saw that you didn't know what to do with. Maybe it was a crooked offcut, a board with a knot in the wrong spot, a pallet that looked beat up, or a bundle of leftovers that got pushed into the corner of the garage and forgotten. Now here's the twist. What if that exact scrap wood is capable of becoming something that looks like it belongs in a boutique showroom? The kind of decorative piece people stop in front of, take pictures of, and ask, "Where did you get that?" Because today, we're talking about the benefits of transforming scrap wood into high-end decorative pieces. And I'm going to walk you through why this approach isn't just good for the planet or good for your wallet. It's actually a powerful creative strategy that can make your work stand out, command higher prices, and build a reputation that keeps bringing customers back. And if you stay with me until the end, I'll share the exact mindset shift and workflow that turns scrap into wow. Let's get into it. When people hear the word scrap, they think limited. They think small. They think disposable. But that's only because most people never look at scrap wood the right way. Scrap wood isn't lacking potential, it's overflowing with character. Every nick, every uneven edge, every crack that looks like a mistake to some people is actually a design opportunity to you. That means when you start with scrap, you're not trying to hide imperfections, you're using them as design language. And here's your first hook. High-end decorative pieces aren't high-end because they're flawless. They're high-end because they look intentional. They look planned. They look like someone made careful decisions about every millimeter. And scrap wood, when handled properly, gives you a head start on that intention. Because you're making choices around existing features, knots, grain direction, color variation, texture, age marks, and the natural storytelling the wood already has. So when your piece is finished, it doesn't look like a generic product. It looks like a one-of-one. Now, the first benefit of transforming scrap wood into high-end decorative pieces is the creative freedom it gives you. When you're working with perfect boards, there's a subtle pressure that comes with it. You feel like you have to get it right. You second-guess the layout. You try to minimize errors. You worry about wasting good material, but scrap wood takes that pressure and flips it. You start experimenting because you can. You start cutting without overthinking. You learn faster because every piece becomes a small lesson. And not only do you build skill, you build a signature. That's a big difference. A signature is what makes someone recognize your work even if they've never heard your name. And scrap-based projects naturally encourage a signature because scrap never looks the same twice. Your process becomes your identity. The way you combine pieces, the way you frame grain patterns, the way you treat edges, the way you finish surfaces. Customers don't just buy the object. They buy the feeling that it could only come from you. Now let's talk about another benefit. Scrap wood makes your material story way more compelling. High-end buyers love meaning. Not in a fake way, not the "I made this in a rush and called it sustainable" way. I mean real meaning. The kind that comes from understanding where something came from and choosing to give it a second life. When you transform scrap wood into a high-end decorative piece, you can truthfully say this wasn't mass-produced and it wasn't destined for the landfill. It was curated by you. And here's a secret that most people don't realize until it's too late. The story doesn't just help with selling. It helps with branding clarity. When you're able to explain your materials, your process, and your purpose, your brand becomes easier for customers to trust. Trust is what turns casual viewers into buyers. So think about what you're really offering. An object, yes, but also a narrative crafted in wood. Now the next benefit is cost leverage, and this is where things can get genuinely exciting if you want to make money, or even if you just want your hobby to stop feeling like a constant investment. Scrap wood usually costs less, sometimes nothing. That means you can afford to fail forward. You can test a design without feeling like every mistake is expensive. You can spend more time refining the finish. You can experiment with hardware, sanding profiles, textures, and protective coatings. You can use better adhesives or stains because your baseline material cost is lower. And when you upgrade the finishing details, the piece instantly starts reading more premium. In high-end decor, details are everything. For example, people might not know why a certain edge looks expensive, but they'll feel it. They'll notice how the grain looks, how smooth the surface is, how consistent the tone feels, how clean the joinery appears, even if it's joinery made from scrap. That brings us to another hook. You don't have to make expensive-looking pieces with expensive-looking supplies. You make them with expensive-looking decisions. You can take scrap wood and apply premium design principles. Careful alignment, intentional contrast, beautiful negative space, a finish that enhances grain instead of hiding it. And when you do those things, the buyer reads high-end, even though your starting material was scrap. Now let's shift into something more emotional. Scrap wood teaches you to respect texture. Perfect wood is smooth in a predictable way. Scrap wood tells you, pay attention. It forces you to develop tactile awareness. You learn how to sand uneven surfaces without losing the character of the grain. You learn how to treat torn grain so it feels deliberate rather than messy. You learn how to blend color variations so they become part of the design instead of a distraction. And once you gain that awareness, you start seeing texture in everything. That's a skill that makes your work look more professional. Not because you copied someone, but because you understand materials at a deeper level. Now, here's the next benefit. Scrap wood unlocks creativity through contrast. Most people chase one look, one wood tone, one species, one shade, one style. But high-end decor often uses contrast to create visual rhythm. Scrap piles give you contrast naturally. You'll have different boards with different grain patterns and tones in the same stash. When you combine them intentionally, you create depth. It's like composing a painting. You don't paint everything the same color. You choose where to place emphasis, where to let the eye rest, where to create tension. So when your decorative piece is finished, it feels layered, not flat. Even if the viewer can't explain why it looks high-end, their brain registers that it's visually interesting. And that interest is what makes people linger, and lingering is what sells. Now we're going to get real about another benefit. Scrap wood is one of the easiest ways to create collectible art decor. When you sell items that are truly one of one, you're no longer competing with mass-produced inventory. You're competing with scarcity, and scarcity is powerful. If someone misses your piece today, it's gone. They can't go back to the website and buy the same exact thing next week. They can't find the same board cut on the same machine. Your process is not repeatable in exactly the same way, because your materials aren't identical. So collectors begin to see your work differently. They start thinking, if I love it, I need to grab it because I might not see this again. That changes your pricing power. It changes your sales cycle. It changes the way customers emotionally commit to your brand. Now I can already hear some people thinking, yeah, but doesn't scrap wood limit me? What if it doesn't look good? Let me challenge that assumption right now. Scrap wood doesn't limit you. It exposes your process. If your design is weak, scrap will highlight it. If your planning is random, scrap will look random. But if you treat scrap like a premium material, if you plan your layout, select the best sections, and finish with intention, scrap becomes an advantage. Because the wood isn't the only thing that determines quality. Your choices do. So let's talk about the mindset you need for scrap to become high-end. Instead of asking, what can I make with this scrap? You ask, what is the story of this scrap? Where does the grain lead? Which area has the most visual strength? What contrasts does it naturally offer? Where can I frame it so it becomes the focal point? How can I turn the uneven parts into character rather than flaws? When you think like that, your scrap becomes a component in your design, not a constraint. Now, here's another benefit that doesn't get enough attention. Scrap wood gives you an endless supply of practice. You can develop new techniques and test ideas constantly without constantly purchasing new material. That means you can iterate on your finishing style, your sealing approach, your sanding workflow, your edge treatments, your hardware selection, your composition. And every time you iterate, you improve. And as you improve, your work moves into that high-end category, not because of luck, but because craftsmanship gets sharper. Now, the next benefit is that scrap wood decor naturally photographs well. This might sound minor, but it's huge if you're trying to grow an audience or sell online. Texture, grain direction, and contrast make photographs look premium. Smooth, flat, identical boards can look underwhelming in pictures because they lack dimensional cues. But scrap pieces often include depth, variation, and detail that catch light. That means your finished work doesn't just look good in person. It looks like a product people want to post, and because social proof matters, that is a huge advantage. Now we're going to do something important. I want you to think about the difference between decorative and high-end decorative on decorative. It's what fills space. High-end decorative is what transforms space. That transformation happens when the piece feels like it belongs, like it has. Presence. Scrap wood can achieve presence because it's inherently unique. It creates visual gravity. So the benefit here is that scrap-based projects can make you better at designing with presence, not just decorating. Now, if you've made it this far, you're probably thinking, okay, but what should I actually do to make scrap look high-end? Great question. And I'm going to answer it in a way that's practical and not just motivational. First, you curate your scrap. Don't treat it like all one material. Pick the pieces that have the best visual features for your focal elements. Save the weaker sections for areas that won't be the hero. Second, you plan your composition before you cut too much. High-end pieces look like they had a plan from the beginning. Your layout should feel balanced, even if the wood itself is irregular. Third, you treat finishing like the main event. A scrap piece can look messy if you rush sanding and coating. But if you slow down and apply a finish that enhances grain, that's where the premium feeling appears. Fourth, you clean up the edges and transitions. This is the unsexy part of woodworking, but it's where high-end work is separated from craft fair work. Edges, corners, and joints should look deliberate. Even when the materials are imperfect, your execution must feel refined. And here's a final hook. People pay for refinement, not for raw material. Now I want to circle back to a big reason many people fail when they start doing scrap to high-end decor. They sell before they're ready. They post photos before the finish is consistent. They rush production before the look is cohesive. They accept any design idea without developing their style, and when that happens, the audience doesn't know what to expect. But when you use scrap wood with a consistent process, when you're building a recognizable aesthetic, you stop selling one piece and start building demand for your brand. That is when scrap becomes more than a hobby. It becomes a business advantage. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful benefits: sustainability as a brand differentiator. People are more aware than ever about waste and consumption. But here's the danger: sustainability can become cheap if it's just a word. High-end customers can smell performative sustainability. So don't talk about it vaguely. Instead, demonstrate it through the actual work. Show the scrap origin. Show your selection process. Show your design decisions. Show the transformation. When you do that, sustainability stops being marketing and becomes proof. And proof builds trust, which leads to repeat customers, referrals, and collaborations. Now we're getting close to the end, so I want to make sure you walk away with something you can apply immediately. If you're starting today, here's the simple transformation framework you can use. Treat scrap wood like raw design material, not like broken leftovers. Curate it, plan it, frame it, finish it with intention, and then tell the story in a way that matches what you actually did. That's it. Now I'll leave you with the final, most important benefit. This is the one that can reshape how you see your craft in your future, transforming. Scrap wood into high-end decorative pieces isn't only about the finished product. It's about gaining the confidence to look at limitations and see design potential. It's about learning to make something remarkable from what most people ignore. And when you build that mindset, you don't just make decor. You become the kind of creator who can turn any challenge into a signature. So the next time you see scrap wood in your shop, don't think, I don't know what to do with this. Think, what kind of presence could this create if I handle it with intention? Because somewhere in that pile of offcuts is the next piece your future customers will stop scrolling for. Now here's what I want you to do before you leave. If you make decorative pieces from scrap wood, comment what you're planning to build next. If you don't do it yet, comment what scrap you have sitting around. And I'll respond with a design direction you can try. And if you want, stay right here, because the next video we make can be a complete step-by-step on how to take scrap boards, plan the composition, and finish in a way that makes everything look premium. Thanks for watching, and remember, scrap isn't the end of the story. It's the beginning of your signature.